30 of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Amy Kate, a young but passionate knitter and crocheter. You can find all of the links to my various social media platforms in the description box below, as well as a link to my website where you can find the show notes for this episode and lots of other fun things. So please go over there and check it out if you haven't already. If you also haven't, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can know each and every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 30 today. I can't believe we're already at 30, but I'm so excited and I'm so eager to see this channel continue to grow. So we have so much to talk about this week and I am so happy. I finally have a lot of finished objects to share. I think I beat my personal record of having, the most I've had since I've been recording on podcasts, I guess. But let's go ahead and jump into some fun finished objects. Alrighty, so like I said, I have quite a few finished objects to talk about, so we're going to go ahead and hop right into it. The first finished object is something that I had just barely gotten started last week, and that is this beanie. So this is my own pattern. This is the Best Do beanie. I am knitting it as a gift for a family that we know, for the dad in that family, and I'm really excited about it. So this is what it looks like kind of on the head. Now, I made a silly mistake, not in actually knitting it, but I thought it would be super cute to sew one of these fun tags from Knit Picks. It says handmade. You probably can read that, especially since I just put it upside down. There we go. It says handmade. I sewed it just fine, but I forgot that you generally wear it folded up like this, and you can't see it. Like now you just see, the end where I tied it and no words. So I'm going to have to cut that off and re-sew it on. Same for the matching baby one that I'll talk about in just a minute, but it's okay. Anyway, so I use Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton for this beanie. I believe the colorway is Sage, but I could be wrong. It's a really pretty green though. A really handsome green, I guess I should say. I really, really like it. So you can find this pattern in my Etsy and Ravelry shops. I got a question last week on substituting yarn and how many people this size would fit. So I want to talk about that for just a second. So the pattern is written for one size. It is written for a man's head. However, it will fit various sizes. So like if your head is, I would say, between 18 and 23 inches, it'll fit just fine. My head, I honestly forgot, I think it might be 19, maybe 20 inches around. And this hat, I'm going to try not to completely mess up my, that looks weird. It totally fits. Ideally it would be a little bit snug on snugger than this is on my head. But again, I knit this for a man and his head is definitely bigger than mine. So, it's going to fit so well. And again, generally, the people that I have given this beanie to have worn it like an actual beanie, not really as a slouchy hat. So more along the lines of this or even up further. Now the other question that person asked is yarn substitutions. So, my hair just got crazy. So I used Hobby Lobby I Love This Cotton. This is kind of like a DK weight. However, my gauge is 4 stitches per inch. So as long as you get that gauge, and I'm going to be kind of jazzing up, for lack of a better phrase, that pattern just a little bit here soon. And I updated it just a little bit. It was one of the first patterns I released, and it's, it's totally fine. There's no mistakes or anything like that. I just kind of want to add to the description and just a few things like that. So anyway, you can definitely substitute yarn. This specific person, I believe the yarn that she wanted to use was Malabrigo Rios, I think. That's not a yarn that I have personally used, but I really think it would work. As long as you get that 4 stitches per inch, it's going to be totally fine. If you get more, so if you get less stitches per inch, say 3 stitches, then I would recommend at least sizing down a needle or even decreasing the stitch count, because that means your hat is going to be bigger. But if you get 5 stitches per inch, that would be completely fine because it's still gonna fit because it's so stretchy. So that leads me to talk about sizing for just a second. This little bitty matching beanie is the baby version. And again, it'll be worn generally like this. And yes, I sewed the tag on wrong again, so I'm gonna have to redo that. So all I did for this, I kept the same exact decreases. I simply cast on less stitches. So for this size, I cast on 88 stitches. 4 times 22 inch head is 88 stitches. That's how I got that number. This is like a newborn size. I believe I did it, yeah, so the circumference of this is 15 inches so that the baby can grow into it a little bit too. So I just did 4 times 15, which is 60, and that's how many stitches I cast on. So if you have like a 20-inch head and you want to make this beanie, you can cast on 80 stitches. And that is totally fine. Like, just kind of plug in your own numbers. And again, that's another reason I would like to update the pattern a little bit to include that information. Maybe I'll make a separate video about that too. But anyway, really, really love that beanie. And I hope that helped. That little extra bit of information. I hope it was helpful. But anyway, let me know in the comments below if you would like to see like a separate video on sizing hats and things like that, because that's definitely something that is not difficult, and I want to make that point across. So anyway, that's my first finished object, and my second, the baby one, was my second. I hadn't started this one last week, but it's so, so cute. I'll be giving these to the recipients next time I see them, and I'm so excited about it. I cannot wait to see that little bitty baby boy in this beanie. I'm so excited about it. Alrighty, my next finished object is actually a commission. So I talked about these a little bit last week. I am knitting, or crocheting, excuse me, 6 cowls, 4 kind of Auburn football team ones, and 2 Alabama football team ones. Actually, somebody asked me the question, and now I can't remember who it was or what platform they actually asked me it on, but somebody said, like, asked me if I'm an Auburn or an Alabama fan. So I'm going to say Auburn only because that's the college that my parents went to. Personally, I do not watch football, and I actually know very little about it. So I can't really be considered an Auburn fan, per se. And I also was, like, more of a fan because I thought that there was a potential that I would go to Auburn University, and I'm not. The college that I'm going to doesn't even have a football team, so I, like, really don't care. I don't mind making Alabama cowls, and I don't mind making Auburn cowls. But anyway, so this is the first one complete. This is my single arrow cowl pattern. Such a great pattern for Christmas gifts, or just something small to use up that random one skein of yarn that you have. Really, really like this pattern. I'm still proud of it, if I do, you know, if it's okay to say that. But yeah, so I used Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn for this project in like the prettiest Auburn colors that I could find. I didn't want to go for like a super bright orange or super bright blue. I have the labels somewhere in my bag with the other one that I'm currently working on. Let's see. Okay, this color is Burnt Pumpkin, so that is the orange. And then the blue, I don't know if that label is in here or not. I don't think it is, unless, nope, I don't think it is. I think it might be denim, or something like that, but I like these colors together, and I think the recipient is really going to love them. She's not a crocheter, and so it was kind of difficult to kind of explain the process a little bit, but I think they're what she's going for, and I'm excited about it. So I have to make 6 of these, and the first of 6 is done. So hopefully I will actually have all 6 done next week. That's my plan. But again, we'll have to wait and see. And then my last, no, not my last. Actually, let me show this one first. So another commission that I had come in was for hacky sacs. So I did design this pattern, but I do not have it currently written up. If you would like the pattern, let me know because I can easily write this up. It is so, so simple. But these are just 2 sets of 3 hacky sacs. So they can be used for juggling or like indoor dodgeball, that sort of thing, you know, just to play around. It's super, super fun for little kids, for like an inside toy, or but they are cotton, so they can be played with outside as well. So yeah, just 2 sets of these. I crocheted a ball and filled it with a like a recycled tights. I took recycled tights and filled them with aquarium gravel, and then just sewed up both ends and stuck that inside the crochet ball. So it was perfect. It worked just fine. I actually found an end that I need to clip. I'm glad that I found that. But anyway, 2 sets of 3 ready to be delivered. I'm really happy with how these turned out. Yeah, I feel like I finally kind of narrowed down exactly what the pattern should be. So if you want the pattern, let me know. Again, super, super simple. So yeah, so that's like 6 finished objects right there. No, that barely counts. I actually did all of them in one day. They take me like 5 minutes. And I just decided to do like all of the inserts, all of the tights first, and then I crocheted all of the balls, and it was super, super simple. Okay, so now my last finished object are my socks. Oh my goodness, I had set myself the goal to get 1 done last week, and I finished both of them. The biggest reason for that is I also finished my All of the Lights cardigan that I was in sample knitting, and a secret test that I was working on. So you'll see the test later this week. But if you want to check out my finished All of the Lights cardigan, I will put the link for that video in the description box below. So be sure to go check that out. But basically, I didn't realize how much of my time it was actually taking up until I finished it. I was working on that thing for hours every day. I would do school and then work on that cardigan, get work done, and then work on it. And so it was crazy how much time it was taking up for like a month. And so this week I was like, why have I gotten so much done? And then I'm, sitting in my chair crocheting, and I'm like, oh, it's because I don't have to work on that cardigan. Anyway, so I finished these socks. These are the Perfect Autumn Socks by Julie of Twin Stitches Designs. Absolutely loved how these turned out. I knit the small size, and this is what they look like. This is Knit Picks City Tweed in the color Romance. I have a link for the yarn in the description box below, but it is also linked on my... Ooh, I'm sorry for that sound. That was my sock blocker falling. But anyway, so again, these are the Perfectly Autumn Socks. Now I can't remember what I was saying before that big clash. Oh yeah, the link for the yarn is also in my show notes. So be sure to check that out if you would like to check out the yarn on the website. I love this yarn. I cannot wait to use it again. Love the stitch pattern. If I didn't say it already, I knit the size small. They turned out so, so great. They're a little bit big, but that's okay. It's kind of more of a cozy slipper sock anyway. So that's totally fine. I'm currently kind of revamping my numbers for socks because I'm thinking that I didn't do 56 stitches for these because this is not a finger weight yarn, but I'm thinking that for like plain vanilla socks, I need to go down to like 52 stitches at least. But anyway, that'll be a problem for another day. But yeah, so, so happy with these socks. I actually slept in them last night. They were so cozy. My feet get cold, and they didn't last night. They were so, so lovely. So yeah, that is my last finished object. Seriously, guys, I got so much done this week, and it felt so good. It was also a good school week, and I'll talk about that more later, but yeah, it was just a good week. Alrighty, so I do have just a couple works in progress to talk about, so let's go ahead and chat about those. Okay, so the first work in progress is the second cowl. I am so, so close to being done with this. I was actually hoping to finish it before we went to church today, but I literally have like 3 rows left. But anyway, so here's what it looks like in progress. It's basically a scarf. And then once I do just a few more rows, I will then flip it like this and just seam up that end. And it'll be perfect. So yeah, definitely going to be finishing this later today. Showing you the wrong side with all of my ends. There we go. But yeah, again, I'm hoping to do 1 of these a day until they're done and then ship them out. That is my goal and plan. But we'll have to see. I really like it so far. I have another commission coming up, and I'm still waiting on the yarn to arrive for it. but that will have to be started as soon as it comes in. So I'm kind of hoping to get these done before that. There's also a chance that package will come tomorrow, so we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm liking these cowls. It's a nice, super simple, mindless project. Alrighty, and then the last work in progress that I'm going to show, I'm actually not really working on many things right now. I have so many things on the queue ready to start, but I've just been focusing on kind of one thing at a time right now and just getting that done. But anyway, so I started socks for my brother for Christmas. I'm also really hoping that he does not watch this because I have gone to great lengths to keep this a secret. So I'm hoping he doesn't watch. I don't think he will. And if he does, well, so be it. At least I can try them on him then and make sure they're going to fit. But anyways, so these are socks that I am knitting for my brother for Christmas. He is going to love them, and I am so excited. So this is Knit Picks Static in the color Terrarium. I think I'm saying that right, but it's just a really earthy green. They suit him so well. This color is perfect for him, and I cannot wait for him to open them and wear them. Yeah, I'm super excited. But I am adapting the Crazy Sock Lady K's vanilla sock pattern. I'm adapting it just a little bit. I cast on 60 stitches. So she has it written for 3 sizes, a standard 56, 64, and 72 stitch sock. However, I cast on 60 stitches for his instead of 64. I think it's going to be just fine. I'm going to adapt the heel flopping gusset just a tad to accommodate for that change. But I think it's going to work out really well. I tried them on me, and they were a little bit too big, which is perfect because his feet are bigger than mine, and I think his ankle is a little bit bigger than mine too. I think they're going to work out really well. So I'm done the ribbing. I did a 20 round. Actually, I think I did a 21 round cuff because I didn't count right. I plan to do a 20 round cuff, and then I'm now working on the leg. I want to do a pretty long leg, but I also only have one skein, so I'm, being sure to stay under the 100 gram mark. I guess 50 gram for one sock, but anyway, and I am using size 1, 2.25 millimeter Xiaogu needles. I am loving using these needles for socks. They're my absolute favorite, for sure, and I just love them so much. They're perfect. So, really loving these socks. I started this one yesterday, and I'm hoping to make some more progress on the foot today. And it's just such a beautiful, mindless project. It's exactly what I need right now with finals and everything that's going on with school. And it is just lovely. And like Christmas movies, it's just the perfect project. And the only problem is I have to keep it a secret. So I'm limited to my room, and that's difficult. I spend so much time in here, it's not that big of a deal, but I don't know. Just knowing that I can't show them to anybody except my mom stresses me out. But anyway, absolutely love these, and I'm really eager to see them grow. So yeah, that is my second work in progress and the only one that I am working on right now. I have a few fun things coming up that I'm going to be starting. I have some more Christmas gifts lined up, and then lots of designs, but that's currently all I am working on. So I'm actually not going to do any design talk today. Again, I am working on a few things, but I want to keep it under wraps for a little bit longer. Pun intended. So let's just go ahead and jump into a little devotional. Alrighty, so for my devotional last week, I said that I was going to talk about a specific word each week leading up to Christmas, or every Tuesday, or I don't actually film this on a Tuesday. Every podcast episode in December, I'm going to be talking about a different word that I kind of associate with Christmas. Last week was joy, and this week is peace. So I feel like peace is kind of a touchy subject right now. It's really hard to have a peaceful spirit, a peaceful mind in everything that our nation and, us individually as humans has faced in 2020. 2020 has been kind of filled with a lot of unprecedented challenges and things that we did not expect and didn't know what were going to happen. And it's honestly, in my opinion, changed all of our lives in one way or another. whether it's the outlook that we have on our nation or the outlook that we have, on germs, for lack of, to be honest. But peace is something that is so powerful and something that we as Christians can have. It's possible to have. Having peace is, in my opinion, one of the biggest challenges that we're going to face in this life. But it is a choice that we can make in a simple thing that we can practice, and it will completely change our lives if we let it. And that is such a beautiful thing, and we should want to let it. One of my absolute favorite Bible verses about peace is John 14:27. It says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." That is God speaking, and He is saying that He gives us peace. And that is so, so powerful. A realization that I had recently with the Bible that was so beautiful to kind of understand is God doesn't tell us things that aren't possible. If He says that we can have a peaceful spirit, and if He says that He gave us a peaceful spirit, then that means that we can have it. He's not an impossible God. He doesn't tell us things that are impossible. He never says, hey, you can be perfect. He's never going to say that because it's not possible. We can't be perfect. We're sinners. We always will be. But those sins, if we ask, will always be forgiven and then forgotten. So that's just something to remember too, as kind of like a little bonus tangent there, I suppose. But another verse that I really like regarding peace is Psalm 29:11. It says, "The Lord gives strength to His people. The Lord blesses His people with peace." Peace is a blessing. A peaceful spirit is a beautiful, beautiful blessing. And it is something that we can have when we fully connect with the Lord and everything that He has to offer. So I just encourage you this week that no matter, what is going on in your life right now, or no matter how succumbed you are to the things of this world, I pray that you are overcome by a sense of separation, that you realize that though you are in this world, you are not of it, and you don't have to be of it. And that realization is something that is so hard to recognize for me, because it's difficult not to commit myself to this world and to God. But I'm not supposed to commit myself to this world. I'm only supposed to commit myself to God and to put myself out there in this world as a Christian and as a young woman of God and doing what He has called me to do, whatever that may be. And so I know peace is difficult, and I know that peace has not been a part of 2020, but I pray that in the month of December and going forward that it is a beautiful, beautiful part of your life, and that it is something that can't be destroyed, because once, it's like gratitude. It's like what I talked about last week. And joy. Once you have these things, once you have these fruits of the Spirit in you, they can't be broken. Nothing can break them once they're this strong. And that's the place we need to get to. I hope that was encouraging to you. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I got a few comments last week that were just so wonderful to read. And there was one especially that just really touched me and kind of got my point across exactly how I was hoping it to be. And I'm so grateful for that. So if you have any extra thoughts, don't hesitate to contact me. I always want to inspire you, encourage you both in, your any goodness and the goodness of our God. And that is so, so beautiful. So a little bit of a life update, I suppose. Merry Christmas. I'm going to say that every episode because it's officially December, and that makes me so joyful. I cannot believe it's already December. I know this has been a long year, but to me it kind of feels like it has just flown by at the same time. I've been, like cleaning my room here and there this week. I try to keep it clean, but it just doesn't always happen. And anyway, I was looking on my bookshelf the other day and I found these books that were given to me in like January. Because the person, she had read them and she thought I would enjoy them, and I absolutely will. But I was looking at them and I'm like, that was a year ago that she gave me those, and I have not even read them yet. Like, how crazy is that? And it's like, I had every intention to, but literally no time to. It's crazy. I've grown so much in 2020, and I am looking forward to 2021. But yeah, so Speaking of growing, I am in the midst of finals. So I took my first final on Friday, my math final, and did very well. I also had an income test or income tax exam, my last like normal one on Friday, and I did like the best that I've done on one of those exams, which was so rewarding. I was so thrilled to see that score as soon as I, closed the exam on my computer, and it was absolutely wonderful. I am so grateful for that. I am honestly, proud of myself of the work that I put into that, and then seeing that score was just so beautifully validating. I have a tendency to like work really hard at something and then that thing not happen or my work, not be shown. And I'm really grateful that it paid off in that instance. So super excited for that. I have two finals this week. I have my English final tomorrow, Monday, and then my accounting final on Wednesday. So even though it's a little bit frustrating that they're all split apart because it's kind of like, it's never going to end. But at the same time, I'm really grateful because I have the opportunity to focus on that one subject, take the final, and then be done. And then focus on the next subject, take the final, and be done. And I'm really, really grateful for that. It's difficult, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be a hard school week. But I'm really grateful to be seeing the finish line. Yeah, so I'm officially done with math, which is absolutely amazing. So excited about that. And then I'll be done with English tomorrow. I submitted my last essay this week. That was another thing that I did. Pretty proud of that essay too. We had the opportunity to write about our future and kind of career goals and then looking past that. And I've actually written about that before. It was something that I had to do for my scholarship application. And I get like I didn't really want to write about it again just because I didn't think anything had changed. But as I was writing it and realizing everything that's happened in 2020, I realized that I have changed so much as a person. And I am now more reliant than ever on God and His provision and everything that He has in store for me, more than I am making my own plans. And that is just huge for me. I'm somebody that really likes to have plans, and I still do. Trust me, I have so many goals in life, but more than not, I'm reliant on Him and open for anything He has in store. And I think that is a beautiful realization that I'm really happy that I have finally come to, and one that I hope to stay in for sure. So with that, I hope you have enjoyed episode 30. I, again, can't believe it's episode 30, but I'm so happy about it and so grateful for all of the future episodes. And I just want to thank you for tuning in and for watching this podcast. It makes me so happy to see more people continue to watch, and so incredibly grateful. I'm so grateful for each and every subscriber. So thank you so much for doing that. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would. And then don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can know each and every time I upload a video. Be sure to check out the show notes on thegracefultangle.com, and don't forget to follow me on my other social media platforms. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will chat with you all next time. Bye.